congratulations on the single. We've been playing Saturday night, and so many people are loving it that they've been requesting it. So congratulations.
Oh, really? That's great.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So for a lot of people,
really
for a lot of our listeners, it's probably the first time they've come across the Immigrants as a band. So tell us a little bit about the band and how it all came together.
I guess I'll probably lead that one. So initially, I put out the feelers Dave on, like Gumtree. The Gumtree has been a godsend to us, by the way. Big promotion for Gumtree here. I just wanted to put a band together, a rock band, and I was doing a lot of writing at the time, and I had a number of demos, and I basically wanted to put it out to see if I could get a band and actually do this kind of stuff live, and then make some records. And I put it out on Gumtree, and I found our drummer, Lucas, and our drummer's from Brazil, and had lived in Australia for a couple of years, and basically had been looking for a band that suited his style as well. So we had kind of some common influences in that, so it kind of made sense for us to get together and jam, and just something happened. We were like, you know what, we need to do this, Okay, what else do we need? We need a bass player and a lead guitar. And a couple of weeks later, put the feelers out on Gumtree again, and I met Nazo, and I went to visit him in his home studio, and I showed him some tracks, and straight away we started writing together, and he started playing lead guitar over some of the tracks, and just we were like, wow, this is great, and then basically from there it kind of just snowballed, and we went through a few bass players to find the right one. I think the right person for the commitment, the genre, and we finally found Zen, who's from Nepal, and then obviously Nazo's from Armenia as well. So it's just we became the Immigrants out of that. We started off with a different name called Cody. That's Kody. I think that was just down to my growing up. I wanted to be in a band. I don't know why I wanted to be in a band called Cody, but then our music started evolving, and all our own influences and our common influences came out together, and then basically it just made sense to kind of rename the band, and the Immigrants were born then.
Awesome. Well, Nazo, what was your first reaction when you heard the tracks that Darren had written that kind of started off the band?
My first reaction, it was a long time ago, so I have to remember. It was obviously, because I was looking for a band at the time, and Darren wasn't the first person, but I actually went for different band rehearsals, but I never felt that this could be something that it would go for a long time. All the bands that I tried being, it was a really good band, very amazing musicians, but I didn't feel that this would be a career choice for them. So as soon as I met Darren, I felt that he is looking for a career choice, and that's what attracted me more to be in the band with Darren more than the music at the time. Because at the time we didn't have much music. You heard that? We had 3-4 different songs. Obviously, I love the songs as well. For me, just his idea behind the band and his passion to do the band, he had the same mentality from the beginning. So he said, "I work full-time job. I'm very happy, but that's not something I want to do. I want to do music," and that's exactly was my position and that my mentality at the time. And I felt I think we can have something for long term together, and hopefully just get the rest of the band with the same. I didn't meet the rest of the band at the time. Then it turned out it was the same, and I think that was it. And the songs started shaping together, kind of it was everyone's influence, and I felt that one thing also attracted me that Darren was flexible with the songs that he wrote at the time to be changed, reproduced, rearranged, and he was agreeing with my ideas, and I felt like this would work,
I think that was a big thing for us, that there was a chemistry between me we under each other. Like, is a lot of my songs and my lyrical ideas and what have you were, a lot of the songs were either on, they started, a lot of them started on acoustic guitar, or basically electric guitar, but not, it wouldn't be a full out rock song because I didn't have a band kind of thing behind it. But then Nazo who's great, like, has great ideas, saying, oh, the drums could do this, we could do this, we could change that. And then we started just getting excited about it, and then the songs just started evolving. Even the acoustic songs that we started off became massive rock songs,
Yeah.
And it's just, if you listen to the song side by side, like, it's funny because, like, when you listen to, for instance, Lonely Bones, where it started off totally on the acoustic, and if you listen to the demo, you can still hear the song in it, but it's so much bigger now with the band. And then it started, except the solo, yeah. Well, actually, believe it or not, yeah, that's a funny story, Dave, because, like, the solo on Lonely Bones, what happened there was, basically we did our first gig together about a week after we started playing, like, started meeting, like, met each other, me and Nazo, and that. We said, you know what, stuff it, like, we'll just fail fast. We'll get out there and we'll just play. We recorded the night, and Nazo basically, just off the cuff, did a solo on Lonely Bones, which it wasn't planned. Like, it was just, we just did it. That became basically the solo of the whole song. Like, even to the point where Nazo couldn't remember what he did. I had to show him the video, and I said, like, when we were, I said, you got to do this, and he was like, got to do what? And I was like, you got to do this solo that you did the night we played together. And I was like, okay, I'll have a look at it. Obviously, it's a bit more polished than it was that day, but you can hear it if you listen to it side by side. It was the original solo for so that was exciting that we had kind of that chemistry where Nazo plays with feeling, and that's a big thing for me, So as soon as we start playing together, we just start going in a certain direction, and it's like a roller coaster. You don't know where it's going to end up, and there's, but it's exciting, and we all get it, Yeah. Every member gets it. You're not going to, like, we have that chemistry in the band that just feels like it's easy for us,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And, of course, Saturday Night is the track that everyone has fallen in love with. Tell us a little bit about that track. What inspired you to write the track, and how did you guys go about recording it?
I guess maybe you go with the writing.
I'll tell you the backstory of the song. So initially, when I went into the rehearsal studio with the guys, I wanted to show them a riff and an idea that I had, a lyric that I had for the song as well, like that was going to be Saturday Night. The song is about basically a Saturday night. It's kind of wrote in the third person, in terms of it's wrote about like a Saturday night, but it's kind of like I used I suppose the figure of a girl actually explain the Saturday night, because I felt that when I was growing up, I always longed for these Saturday nights. I always thought they were going to be, something was going to come true that night or something, wherever it may be. But Saturday night always demolished me. I'd either have a great night, or it would just smash me, and I wouldn't remember a thing. And I felt like that's where I was going with it. I just felt like, I wanted to describe it like a girl, but I wanted it to be about an actual, that like everybody has when they're growing up. You go out and you just, you hit the town and you do what you do, and you don't know what's going to happen. Like whether it's going to be good or bad or what have you. But what I was trying to do was, I wanted to be like serve a warning to a person that, either get with Saturday Night if you can handle it, or get out of the way, because it can really take over. And that's where I was going with it, Brian. I don't know why, but I had this vision of a girl with short hair, long black nails, basically just walking into the bar and, just standing, just pressing the track on the jukebox or something like that, and then just literally the night just going hell for leather, so you were either with it or without it, so it's the kind of idea behind the song. When I went into the guys, and I told them about it and played the riff and what have you, we just wanted to go big with it, so I'll let Nazo, I suppose, explain production methods and where we are going with it, but we felt that it needed to be a big track,
Yeah. So Nazo, can you tell us a little bit about the recording of the track?
Yes. So the recording initially was like my plan was this is a simple song. The song got together very fast, faster than any other song I believe, because it was first time Darren showed the riff, and from the first rehearsal we came up with the chorus, we came up with the thing. We had the arrangement of the song 90% ready from the first time Darren showed the riff, and knowing that, and we were all happy with it. Usually, you first come up with the arrangement, then we change it with time until we're all happy. But for this song, I didn't think any changes needed in the writing of the song. So I was like, that's it. This song has to be recorded ASAP the way it is. And my plan was, it's gonna be very like, we even like talked about it, that we're gonna release this in 2021 first Saturday. You know, like the first Saturday of the year, it will be perfect. And I was so confident that I'd done then. But funny enough, it took much more time than I expected, not because we could, it was hard track. It was just hard to take decision when I was through the songs, because I added so much stuff at the start, and like we had so many ideas for it. We wanted to make it sound like modern stadium rock song, that we are very influenced from classic rock bands, but also we are modern band, and we wanted to. My vision was to combine both together, because that's where we're going anyway with our songwriting in general. So doing that, like we recorded the initial track from the start, so happy with it, and started adding tracks, and I don't know what, like it wasn't making me feel that it's making the track better. It just, like the decision making of the song was so much harder than any other song I produced so far. And then eventually I decided that, or we all decided that this literally is a classic, like a hard rock song. It doesn't need anything else. We just need strong guitars, strong drums, strong vocals, strong bass. And that's where we go. And the only thing I've added by time, like with the time that it took us longer, is the wah on my guitar, which I've on the solo, I've reamped it to test it if it's gonna sound good, and it sounded good, so I had to record that. But the rest of the tracks were recorded 3 months ago, 3 months before we released it. It's just that we weren't sure if we needed to add anything. But I'm kind of glad we didn't. It's like it's a very raw track, and it's just like, you sometimes you try to do something different, but it just devalue the song, or like bring it down. It doesn't add anything to it, and that's what I felt with it, and that's why we decided to go with the original track, and obviously mix it differently. And we sent it to mastering. I didn't master the track. We sent it to 301. Leon Zervas did the mastering, and we straight away, as soon as I heard the track, I was like, that's it. This is exactly what I was visualizing to, and yeah.
Awesome. Well,
I think.
And the recording, sorry, I forgot to mention. Sorry, man. Recording was all done in my studio, in my home base studio as well. Like every track, all of us, not at the same time. So it was all recorded by us as well, mixed, produced, everything. The only thing that we needed help is the mastering. It's just because we were too close to it.
Yeah, I think that was important as well. Like that we controlled every aspect, because David is like, we thought, like, we're a modern band. Should we be including different things? Like, there's a lot of stuff happening in the industry where they use sound design and different things, and we did try a few things, like, but we just didn't feel it was us, and we felt that as Nazo said, it kind of devalued the track. So then what it made us think more about was like, well, is the bass strong enough, or is this guitar strong enough? And let's see if it can stand on its own without anything else,
Yeah.
And that's back and did, and we did do a little bit of re-recording on the lead guitar, and also we re-recorded the bass. We actually changed the bass last minute because we felt, we need this. Everything needs to be strong in this track, because we want people to feel the track when they hear the first two bass drum thumps. that we want them to know this is starting, and it's raw and it's real. Our tune, like literally the guitars are like recorded the way that we always wanted them. It's not like a big wall of guitars or anything. It's just recorded very well, and I think, and it really makes it, and it's mixed, I think, very well. And for a band that, like, look, I'm very proud of Nazo, because we're a band that, like, we don't have producers around us. We don't have different we don't have different avenues where we can go to get, you know, a professional help. And like Nazo is professional, I mean, but he's just the producer within the band. We record everything ourselves, we write everything ourselves, and obviously if we could master, we probably would. Well, I think we'd still send it out, because like you can be too close to something. It's always good to get that outside opinion, especially for the final track. And I think Leon Zerbis did an amazing job with that. So much so that it just kind of jumps out of speakers a bit more, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, guys, I think it's time to play Saturday Night on our show again. But I guess before I go, I just wanted to ask, is there a chance that we might see you guys play in Melbourne in sometime in the not too distant future?
Oh, we'd love to do that, Dave. We'd love to do that. We've actually got some gigs coming up. We're playing a couple of venues this month, just here in Sydney, and we are branching out. Like, we've got the Civic on the 20th, and then we're in YY on the 22nd, Saturday night on the 22nd, and then Sunday day on the 23rd. But like, we are branching out, going different areas. We'd love to get to Melbourne. Really, it's a bit of a dream. So hopefully, if we can get a bit of a fan base there, we can sell a few tickets, and we can certainly get up there and play Saturday night amongst all our other new tracks.
Definitely.
Melbourne. I love Melbourne.
Well, we're going to help you out, get that fan base right now by playing Saturday night again. Guys, thank you so much for coming on the show today. It has been an absolute pleasure chatting to you.
Oh, it's been a
Thank you very
pleasure.
much, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Not a problem, guys. I'll let you go, but yeah,